Do you think that culture is one of the more important parts of a business?
For sure. Yeah.
I think especially, good culture is really important, but I think more important is keeping bad culture out. When you have a bad employee, somebody who's toxic, somebody who, and you don't always know, sometimes they don't always look that way, but when we have cut out the tumor, meaning like a bad employee, because they infect other people, you know what I mean? And then that spreads like cancer.
Yes, I've had that happen. And I said that, a bad seed can spoil the whole orchard. It's so true. If you think about it, you're like most problematic employees you typically spend the most time on, right? Whether it's like problem solving, coddling, investing your time on them because they're, either high maintenance problem, whatever. You're kind of, the opportunity cost then is you're not giving the time to those incredible employees, the good people, because your assumption is, oh, they're fine. It was the same thing as like, when a kid's bad, typically you just smother them with your time. And other like kids are just, they're so great. You don't put your, so I've been very mindful of that. And I've also been very mindful of catching someone before they turn, kind of getting the signs and also just being very upfront with them. And I've said this like very candidly, like, hey, this might not be for you, and this isn't like, hey, this is your last day, but like, let's figure out an exit. Let's figure out like a good exit because it might not be for you. And when you put it in those terms and you're not being vindictive as an employer and vindictive as an employee, then I feel like that's the cleanest way of separating, you know? So it took a long time to, I guess, kind of adopt that mentality, but it's true.
Yeah. And I mean, that shows that you care too, because just because somebody isn't a good fit in your business doesn't mean they won't be somewhere else. We've had employees that show up late consistently, right? And it's not the biggest problem, but then other people see that and then they think they can show up late. And then it's just like this constant problem that's continuing. Totally. And then other people, it's just things start to slip. And if you don't nip that in the bud and kind of get them out of there or solve that problem right away, it's going to get worse and worse and get bigger and bigger. And I don't know.